Good morning, welcome to another weekly vlog. If you're new here, my name's Lottie and I vlog about my crazy life being a sim parent and a carer and everything in between, and trying to find a little bit of joy and moments of calm in between all the chaos. This week I am particularly excited. Today is haircut day and I haven't had my hair cut or coloured by a professional in a year, so I've been keeping up with it myself. So I've come from a different angle today. I'm normally sat over there on the bed. As you can see, I am well in need of a cut. So after this morning's care work is completed, I am heading over to the hairdresser. My hairdresser is located in Hippodrome. Her name is Emily and she works at a little salon called Gleam. And I will try and remember to link all their information down below because I think she's fabulous. And I know lots of people say that their colourists are amazing, but my colourist is amazing. So we're doing that today and I'm very excited to be going and having my hair chopped off. I am thinking of having quite a big change. You're gonna have to excuse the glare on my glasses. I cannot resolve it for the life of me. I've even got the curtains, the blinds kind of shut, but we're dealing with glare today. I'll try and stand so that I can see you. You can see me-ish with as minimum glare as possible. So I'm apologising for that. Yes, so what I think I am doing with my hair is chopping it to about collarbone length, if not shoulder length. There's about an inch between them. I'm going to see what she says. I was really interested in getting that 2-in-1 cut. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's like a viral haircut that's going around at the moment where the underneath is shorter than the top part of your hair, so you can wear it half up, half down. When you wear it half up, it looks like you've got short hair. And then when you wear it down, obviously you've kept your length. But mine is in desperate need of a cut. I've possibly touched on this before, but when Ewan was a baby, I was kind of trying different things out with my hair and ended up bleaching it blonde, and it was very, very blonde. But in the process of bleaching it, I've kind of dried out the ends and probably depleted a lot of my hair health. So the top bit's perfectly fine and smooth, but I can just feel the texture difference at the bottom. So today's haircut is kind of to remedy that. And I'll be chopping it off to regrow it and concentrate more on hair health. So that should be a good journey to go on, because I mean, who doesn't want healthy hair? And if I can get rid of all the dead bits, which is probably about that much, I will be a happy lady. So I'm very excited and very ready to do this. That, and I haven't had it coloured by somebody else in over a year. It's probably been a year since my last appointment with Emily. I've been box dyeing it since then, so she's probably going to kill me, although I don't think I do too much of a bad job with it. And it never comes out too different to the colour that I want it. I don't play around with colour anymore like I used to, so it's pretty consistent. In other news, I have started two new books. I have started I've started Journey to the Centre of the Earth by Jules Verne, and another one, hang on, let me go grab them. So, back again. The ones that I have started this week have been Spring on the Little Cornish Isle, The Flower Farm. I'm only a couple of chapters in, but I think it's, I believe it's going to be a bit of a romance novel, which I haven't read in ages, but the cover was really appealing and it felt very appropriate for spring. And I started reading it a couple of nights ago and it was the darkest, wettest, coldest night of spring so far. We're only about a week into spring, by the way. But the cover was bringing me all the joy. And that's where I wanted to be in my head. I wanted to be somewhere warm, where it wasn't raining, where it wasn't freezing, and all the rest of it. So I have made a start on this one. And it's alright so far. It's, based on the Cornish Isle of Scilly. And it's about a family who run a flower farm so far. I don't have much more information on that one for you because I'm not that far into it. I think I'm only about 2 chapters in. The second one I started to read is The Journey to... Journey to the Centre of the Earth by Jules Verne, which was one of the books the kids got me for Mother's Day. I am about 11 chapters into this, and the characters are just lovable. There's a grumpy old, I don't know if you'd call him a professor. I don't think he's quite a professor. He's like, do they class him as a geologist? Might be a geologist. The ones that are interested in rocks and minerals and all that kind of stuff. So, not something, again, I would normally pick up, but in the sake of reading classics this year, that is definitely what I'm going through, and I'm really enjoying it. The characters, like I say, are absolutely lovable. There's a grumpy uncle and then a really determined nephew who's trying to kind of prove his worth to his uncle so that he's treated like a man and his own person rather than just his assistant. So it's their story, and they're just, where have they got to? They've got to Iceland at the moment, so they are making their way to Iceland. I'm enjoying that one so far. I'd recommend it from what I've read, but we'll read further and hopefully we'll have it done in a week or so. I think it's quite a hefty one. It's about an 8 to 9 hour read. I have finished Monday, and I'm going to read you the back of Monday, because if this feels as though it could be a comforting read for anyone, and it is the cutest thing, I implore you to get hold of a copy. If you will find a copy, I'm not sure, because this is the only copy that I could find after it had been recommended by an American vlogger that I watched a while ago. But I cannot find it anywhere else. I can't even find it. I thought it'd make a real good teacher gift for the end of the year when we say thank you to teachers. I thought it'd be a really lovely book to pass on to them. But I don't want to let go of this copy because it's so sweet. So I'm going to read you the back of it anyway. So, Mandy, a 10-year-old orphan, dreams of a place to call her own, escaping over the orphanage wall to explore the outside world. Mandy discovers a tiny, deserted cottage in the woods. All through the spring, summer and fall, Mandy works to make it truly hers. Sometimes she borrows things she needs from the orphanage. Sometimes to guard her secret she even lies. Then one stormy night at the cottage, Mandy gets sick and no one knows how to find her except a special friend she didn't know she had. This is such a lovely book, and anyone likes an easygoing, happy ending kind of feel to a book. It's just so wholesome, and I fully recommend it for anyone who likes a little bit of a fairy tale. It isn't a fairy tale, but the way it ends definitely makes it feel like one. So it's lovely from start to finish, but it's slightly emotional. You are truly rooting for the main character Mandy to get her wish. It's just adorable, and I'm trying to hide my face behind a book to pull myself together, but I don't think I can. So that's where I'm at with books this week. Yeah, just ignore the fact that I'm getting emotional over a children's book, because I will cry at everything. As if you have watched my vlogs before, you will fully know this. I literally cry all the time. So we're going to leave the books for now. So that's where I am with the books anyway. Right now I am going to finish off my jobs at my house and dash off to my grandma's house to do the jobs there. I'm hoping she's in a good place this morning because I don't want to have to rush. And then I can get to my hair appointment with no worries and no fuss. I'm giving myself plenty of time though, so I do not have to be at the hairdresser's till 11 o'clock, and it's 9:30 now. And hopefully it won't take too long to do my hair. Not that I mind, but I have a time constraint because they're doing a parents' open afternoon at the school today, and I really want to be there. So if I go for the full hour, I can split it half and half between the kids. Yeah, we'll go see Delilah first, spend half an hour there in her classroom, see what's going on and how she's doing, and then go downstairs like you know the school, downstairs to Ewan's classroom and spend half an hour with him, and then probably have the fuss of why can't I come home with you, mummy, when I leave, which is only 20 minutes before we have to pick him up anyway. So that's a thing. What did I do yesterday? Yesterday I went for lunch with my dad in the White Rose. We ended up in Bella Italia, which was quite nice. I don't think I've ever eaten in a Bella Italia before, but it was alright. I had a salad, a Caesar salad, because it's one of my favourite things ever, and he had a pizza which looked quite good. and we just had a catch up, which has been a weekly thing since he's been off from his operation, so that's nice. It's nice to kind of, I don't know, really get to know each other, because we spent a lot of time over the last couple of years not really having any time, just me and him. So it's kind of nice to get reacquainted. That sounds a really odd thing to say about your own dad, but it is a really nice thing to just get reacquainted and see where he's at, see what he's doing. They're getting married next year, and my dad and his partner, so it's kind of nice to keep up with where they're at with that. Yeah, and to be somewhat involved with the wedding plans, because he has asked me to be his best man. I'm a best man, but it means I've got to do a speech. So I suppose this is good practice for a speech in front of I don't know how many people. I've not seen the guest list yet. I probably don't know half of them, to be honest. He knows a lot of people. I don't know that many people. Yes, so I'm a best man for that. So that includes shopping for suits, picking cakes up, writing speeches, and generally trying to be helpful. Or at least I'm trying to be helpful. But his bride is seemingly very organised anyway, and she's got everything in hand, so I don't really know what a best man's supposed to do, so I'm kind of winging it. But it's nice to have been asked to be the best man. It is. And on that note, I am going to go and finish my jobs off in the house and get off to my grandma's, because I am quite aware that I am stood here waffling and I'm probably running out of time to do everything I need to do before I get to go to the hairdressers. I'm also waiting, just before I forget, I'm also waiting for a delivery of another book today, and I'd forgotten I'd bought this. I bought it because it was on offer on Amazon, but I'm really having, this is the last thing I'm buying this month. I think April, bar stuff for Ewan's birthday, I'm going to try and have a no spend to low spend month, because I feel like all I've done this month is spend money, which is, yeah, I mean, it's really easy to do. It's really, really easy to do, but I need to be a little bit more conscious about what I'm spending money on, and rather than going on a whim and just doing something, I need to think about it before I hit the buy button. But I am waiting for a book, and I believe it is called Catabasis, and I've heard really good things about it, but if I'd have remembered it were coming, I probably wouldn't have started 2 books this week. So now I feel like I'm going to race through at least one of those books so I can start Catabasis, because I'm really looking forward to reading that one. It was one on my wish list, and it came up, I think it was like nearly a 60% off the actual book. So I'm really giddy about that book, but I don't feel like I can start that one and read 3 at the same time. 4 is a bit too much. 3 is fine for me. I think 3 books is my maximum. So what I'm going to do whilst I'm doing my jobs is I'm going to put my headphones on and start listening to my Jules Verne book and get a couple of hours of that done before I go to the hairdressers. And I will take the Spring on the Cornish Isles, the Flower Farm one, I will take that with me to the hairdressers, so that when I'm waiting for my hair to finish dyeing and whatever else, I can read the book. It's nice to do. You don't normally get a chance to just sit and do nothing in the day to read a book, which is why the audio books are so very good. You can still do them whilst you're doing other things. Yeah, I'm really excited about today. So let's go and do all the lovely things and get my hair cut. In the meantime, whilst I am doing all that stuff, I hope you've got yourself a nice drink, and I hope that you have got the good snacks, and I hope you're enjoying these vlogs as much as I'm enjoying making them. And just like magic, I'm back. I'm back with a fresh haircut and new colour, and it's feeling so much healthier. I love going to the hairdressers. We have a little catch up, we do my dye, and then she chops it all off. To be fair, we started with the chop first because there was quite a lot gone. You will have just seen the last picture I took of my longer hair. So now this is where we are at, ready to go forward and get very good and healthy hair from now on, because I think we have pretty much, Emily seems to think so too, cut out the remainder of the bleached section of my hair, so that's a really positive thing for me. It just means that the oils that I'm going to put on and the care that I'll give my hair now will actually work, and hopefully it will be just a little bit healthier going forwards. Yeah, so I'm very happy and I like the length. I don't know, what do you think? I like it. I do like it. I asked her to put some curls in it. Now, I need to probably experiment a little bit more with my tools that I've got for my hair. I have got the, is it the Shark? I've got the Shark air wrap thing, which I could probably do with having a good old practice at. So I will be doing that shortly. Not today, obviously, because it's fresh, clean, washed, styled, all the rest of it. And I'm hoping I can get a couple of days out of it like this. I'm sure I will. So I'm going to say bye for today, but I will see you either tomorrow on Friday or alternatively Monday. Thinking it'll probably be tomorrow when I do a little bit more of this vlog in a quick moment of calm and peace before the school holidays kick in, because we are about to embark on 2 weeks for Easter. Easter is in just a week. I have not gone mad for Easter things this time. I'm going to let the kids decorate this week on the week run up to Easter Sunday itself, and I've bought an Easter egg for one for Rob, one for Delilah, one for Ewan. I will do a small Easter hunt, but last year I went a little crazy and there was too much Easter. There was just too much of it. There was so much stuff. I do have some plastic refillable eggs in the loft, so I intend to get those out. Probably I might get those out tomorrow, so that might be something we can do together. We will refill the refillable eggs, which I used last year, and get out the Easter baskets and stuff. Not for the kids just yet, but so I've got them more in reach, and just so I'm not doing it whilst they're in the house. Tomorrow, I feel like I've got something planned tomorrow and I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm doing that really lovely thing where I plan my social calendar up and then totally forget that I've planned something. But I've got that feeling that I'm supposed to be doing something. I have the same feeling about today, like I've missed something. We'll soon find out, won't we? We'll soon find out when I get a call or a message from someone going, you're supposed to be here doing this today. And then we'll be like, oh, that's what it was. So hopefully I haven't done that, but we'll find out soon enough. So yes, tomorrow we will plan the rest of what we're doing for Easter, do the refillable eggs so they're ready to go, and I am going to show you the craft that I intend to do with my kids tomorrow as well, which is going to be really easy. All you're going to need is coloured paper, scissors and glue, and that's it. Maybe some ribbon, because I've not decided if it's going to be garland style yet or I'm just going to make the things that I'm making and putting them on my wall in the living room. So yes, we have a plan and we're going to stick to that plan, because I'd like to get this vlog finished before the Easter holidays, and that way I can edit and sort this video out without interruption, and then the next 2 weeks are going to be with the kids in tow, because I can't imagine that I'll have more than 5 seconds to myself for 2 whole weeks. So yeah, welcome to the Easter holidays. It's going to be lovely. Do you know what? I'm really looking forward to it. I know that it's going to be busy. I know I'm not going to have much time to even squeeze in 5 minutes for myself, but I'm really looking forward to it. The main reason I'm looking forward to it is the rush on a morning. We end up so rushed on a morning. Trying to get them both dressed and organised and sorted when they're in dizzy daydream world is really difficult, and parents everywhere will probably feel the same way. But it's so hard to motivate a child who doesn't want to go to school, especially if they're having a bad day or they don't feel like it. And we've had a lot of that recently. I mean, Ewan hates the transition of going to school, but when he's at school he's absolutely fine. Delilah has had moments of I don't want to go to school recently, but I think that's probably because she's just a bit tired and she's ready for the holidays, because she's normally quite happy to go to school and she's not too bothered. She needs the motivation just because her focus isn't there and she can't concentrate long enough to get sorted without being interrupted by something else. But I'm so looking forward to not having to rush on a morning and kind of get up when we feel like getting up rather than rushing. My grandma's fine for another hour. We will aim to go about 10 o'clock every day rather than, I've been going between 9 and 10 recently. So I'm going to aim to go for about 10, and then I've still got the morning to do stuff with the kids depending on the weather, because we've had some really up and down weather recently. So I'm hoping we get some more sunshine for the Easter holidays. Otherwise, we are going to have to find a lot of indoor activities to do. That, or find some puddle suits I can just dress them up in and drag them out in all weathers. So yeah, I'm going to go for now and make some lunch and plan out what I'm doing tomorrow properly and double check my calendar and make sure that I've not missed anyone today. Hello. As promised, we're back and we are about to do a really easy paper craft. I'm putting this together for my own children, so please be aware that this is a really, really simple craft and something that anyone can do as long as you can hold a pair of scissors and use your imagination just a little bit. I'm making it up as I go along. I've had a little inspiration from Pinterest on little searches, but basically I am going to make some paper flowers. I have got lots of different coloured paper, so any colour will work, any colours that are your favourite. So to start the flowers, I'm going to apologise as well. You are actually sat on a phone stand, so it's not meant to hold this camera. It will wobble a little bit if I'm using the table. As you can tell, as soon as I lean on it, it's going to wobble. So please excuse the wobble this morning. I'll try not to knock you too much so it doesn't kind of boggle your brain whilst you're watching. But we're going to give paper flowers a go. I just want these to sit on my living room wall, and I'm going to make a couple now, and then hopefully next week, the kids break up today, so hopefully next week the kids will be interested enough to make some as well, and then we'll obviously just do little bits here and there. I'm not trying to do everything at once, because with my two, the retentions do not stay for 5 seconds. So I have got two round things. I've picked a teacup saucer and a saucer for a little plant pot. I'm going to use these to draw some circles around, and that's going to be my first job. So I'm going to shut up while I do it, and I will fast forward the bits where I am doing the actual physical work so you are not bored. But I will try and bring you closer, if that makes sense, so you can see what I'm doing. Join me from a different angle and we will cut out some circles. We have just drawn a template for lots of circles basically, and we are going to cut them out. I don't even know if that's showing up on there. You can see I've done a couple of different size circles, and I've tried to keep doing 2 circles because I'm thinking of layering them up, but we'll see. We're going to have some small flowers, some a little bit bigger, but first of all we've got to cut these out. I'm just finishing off the last couple, but I thought I'd come on and we'd have a little bit of a chat whilst I was cutting out the last ones, but I'm probably going to end up doing them really quickly. These don't need to be perfect, by the way. Mine are definitely not perfect. We're going to be folding these and cutting them again, so it's just a rough shape so that we stay within like a certain size for each flower. I want them to be quite uniform, but that's how I've got it in my head anyway. So I reached a little bit of a milestone with my YouTube videos this week. I had, as a creator, you get like a weekly update, and I have reached 1,000 views across the board, and that's probably not a lot to some people, but to me I thought it was very good. So I'm having a little mini celebration in my head as to mark the occasion. 1,000 views. A couple of my friends from Instagram have nipped across and had a look, so thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate it. It all helps to grow the channel ever so slightly. Yeah, I still have to learn so much about editing and lighting and all the rest of it. Like, I am sat in this room now and it doesn't actually look too bad on camera, but it's quite dark. And I think lighting is my biggest issue in this house, which is why I always end up sitting in my bedroom, because it's near a window and it's not too messy in the background. The kitchen's always chaos because everyone just dumps the things in here. And it doesn't seem to matter how many times I clear up. Fellow parents, you'll understand. It doesn't matter how many times you clear up. 5 seconds later, there is something there in the place that you've just cleared. So I do end up tending to sit up there quite often. And I don't want to always be sat in the same place, just because, well, it's a bit boring in it. It's nice to have something different to look at in the background. So today you've got a tree that I thought was dead. Is it a tree or a plant? It's very big. I bought it from IKEA about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And I thought I'd killed it because it's a braided plant. So technically there's 3 plants in there and they're kind of braided together to give like this there. I don't know if you can see it. But like this thing here, the stem of the plant is braided, but 2 of the plants are seemingly dead. So I don't really know what to do with that plant. Like, only one part of the plant is alive and you can clearly see that it's thriving. It quite likes being in my kitchen. It's just far too big for this space, so I've ended up plonking it on top of there. I've just had to move it away from the patio doors because I've ended up sticking a load of tomatoes down by the door so they get enough light. Back to the craft. I've got my circles. Basically we're going to fold these and cut them in slightly different shapes. So I don't think these have to be perfect, just to fold them. So I'm just kind of folding them in half quarters and then going on from there. Keep folding it as small as I can. But I'll fold them slightly differently for different colours. I don't know how to explain this. I'll tell you what. I'll show you one this way and then I'll flip the camera around and I'll just let you watch what I'm actually doing because I'm really bad at explaining things. So the idea is that we're going to cut all the petal shapes at once. And to do that, I need to fold pretty straight lines on this circle. Oh goodness, you're wobbling all over the place. Yeah, you're going to be better the other way around, I think. But anyway, we'll do this one and then we'll swap you around. So you end up with like an ice cream cone looking piece of paper that is folded. All I'm going to do is cut a shape along this top side of it. We're not going to touch that bottom bit because if we touch the bottom bit it'll all just fall apart. And I don't want it to fall apart. Watch my scissors not be able to cut this because this is quite thick paper. I didn't think about that bit. Oh, it's really hard to do. Right, see if I can straighten my edges up ever so slightly. I didn't think about that. This is very thick paper. I think I'm going to struggle with the smaller ones. We might have to do bigger flowers, and I'm not. Hang on. Don't laugh at me. This is my concentration face. And the dog's ripping some up. She shouldn't be ripping up. Anyway, so with some luck, it's going to resemble kind of a flower shape. So now I know that this paper's too thick, what I might do is use plain paper, like just regular copy of paper, for the kids to do this on, and then they can decorate the flowers or paint the flowers even after they've cut them out or before, doesn't really matter. But it might just be a little bit easier to get the scissors through it. But we are left with a very lovely daisy-esque shape of flower. So this is essentially what we're doing. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. Anyone can do it. Just make sure you don't get paper that's too thick like mine. For the centres, we're just going to experiment with shapes. I'm not going to fold this one as much. I'm making a right old mess with paper. It's literally everywhere already. I've only cut one daisy out. Right, so I'm not going to go as curvy with this one. Oh, that one were a bit easier to cut actually. I didn't fold it as much. So I have made with this one, if I can open it, my hands are going to work, this kind of shape. So my idea is I'm basically going to put middles. I'm going to glue them in the middle, like so. And they look quite happy and quite friendly for spring. So let's make that. We're back, we've cut them all out. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. They're very rough, they look like a child has done it, but that is the whole point. I am not here to do things perfectly, I am here to enjoy it, and that's exactly what I am doing. Right, so I'm literally sticking the blue bit to the pink bit. I'm going to do the same with all the different flowers, so I'm putting the middles in the flowers and that is it. I'm probably going to end up with glue everywhere. Ta-da! A flower. It reminds me of like 70s style prints, does this. This kind of paper flower. They're so cheerful. Who wouldn't want cheerful flowers around their house? It's nice and easy. Do it with the kids this Easter. It's easy. And all you need is coloured paper and glue. You do not need to use a glue gun if you're worried about burning fingers. For yourself or for your child. You can use a Pritt stick or you can use double-sided tape or anything like that. But I quite like them. These are my lovely spring paper flowers. And like I said, they're very easy, anyone can do them, but that's exactly what I was going for this craft. So, I'm going to find a place to put these and maybe update you with a little picture of that after I've tidied up my mess. I have added more flowers and I think they look ridiculously cute. I can't get the camera right though, so hang on. If I stand there, you can kind of see them up that way and then down that way as well. I think they look cute. Are they perfect? No. I mean, my cutting is terrible. My 4-year-old could probably do better. But you know what? As far as spring decor goes, I like it. It's very cheerful. It cost me next to nothing to do and I have had a good at least half an hour to an hour cutting things out and doing something more with my brain than doom scrolling, so I am quite pleased. And the house looks a little bit more happy and ready for spring. Okay, this is like one of my new favourite things ever. I am going to make paper flowers at every opportunity and I'm covering the house in paper flowers because I think they are just joyful. Make paper flowers. That's the conclusion of this exercise. Just make paper flowers. Doesn't matter what you make them out of. Doesn't even matter if your shape's right. Just make the paper flowers. Yeah, I have got nothing more to add to that. I think it looks really cute. I feel like I could probably do the whole way around the TV and it would still look okay. I think the more flowers added in this moment, the better. Hi again. I'm just coming to sign off today. I've just been videoing on my camera and I'm sat here talking to myself and my camera's just gone kaput because it's overheating because I'm just having a little bit of a rant. Basically what happened, I don't know how much it's caught on camera, but I'm sat in a car park waiting for Delilah to come out from dancing, and I'm sat here and I'm watching the world going by. There are people walking left, right and centre, and I really didn't think that this particular area was so busy. There's literally nothing up the street behind me, so I'm sat in this car park and a guy's come and parked bumper to bumper with me, so his headlights facing straight in my car. He's changed his mind and gone out of the car park. Like literally a second later he's by the curb and someone's come to his car, passed him a parcel with drugs in, he's paid his money, and then they've just gone. And they're like driving around like nutters. I've seen so many sights and I've been sat here for about 40 minutes. And all I'm trying to do is sign off my video. Oh, man. So, anyway, after that little drama, we have survived day one of these holidays, which I'm really pleased about. Nobody fell out particularly. We had a little bit of a tiff over Minecraft this morning, just because I couldn't get the settings right on it, and I don't do technical stuff. Delilah didn't seem to know, but she was adamant that something could be a certain way and I just couldn't work it out at all. So then after lunch I took them out, we went to the park, they had a good play for an hour and a half, we walked home, and then it is practically time to bring her dancing. So she dances until 6. I am here waiting for her. Normally I would just go in Starbucks and I'd start editing my video, but because I hadn't done this sign off, I was determined to get it done. Starbucks was too busy to do this outro in the cafe. My drink is now not the colour it started out. It was a very beautiful vivid green and a very lovely pale pink. Best colours ever. It's a very nice drink though. I've gone for the iced ube vanilla matcha latte and it's really nice. Today it was the first day that there's been additional help going in for my grandma, and when I say additional help it's more for like keeping her company. So her hairdresser offered, and she's offered to go in for my grandma and do some activities with her like once a week for an hour and a half. So we've said yes to that now. The idea is incredible and I love the idea, and I just don't know how it's going to sit with my grandma when it's organised fun. I don't know. I'm hoping that she gets involved with whatever the hairdresser's trying to do with her, and I hope that she gives everything a go, and I'm hoping that they do stuff like jigsaw puzzles and just get her memory working a little bit better. So stuff where she actually uses a brain, because she don't use a brain at the moment. She does read, but she don't use her actual brain. I don't think she knows what month it is. I don't think she knows what year it is. So yeah, not sure how my grandma's going to take to the additional hour. I think she'll probably enjoy the company because she likes the hairdresser lady anyway. And she does get on with her quite well, and our hairdresser's lovely and she's very patient. She did a little bit of work with my granddad when my granddad had dementia, and she was helping. She kind of dipped in and out for little patches of care here and there when she could, which was really helpful and appreciated. So she's kind of going to do the same thing for my grandma moving forwards, especially with my mum going to Northumberland. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how my grandma's reacted to that. So yes, I'm hoping to go and do some allotment gardening tomorrow after I've done my jobs at my grandma's with the kids. I won't stay too long with them because I think an hour is perfectly fine for them to be there. My mum's invited me to take the kids for lunch tomorrow, so we'll do that and go see Nana, and then I think that is it for now. So we're going to lunch at Nana's house in the morning at lunchtime. They'll probably play there for a little while, and then I will bring them home and we will just do something inside, because we will have had an hour outside. And I think the aim for me this Easter holidays is just to make sure that we've had at least an hour outside every day. No worrying about the weather, just like literally dress up and go and enjoy the joy outside regardless of whether it's raining or not. Otherwise we'll end up stuck inside doing absolutely nothing and probably falling out the entire time. Mums who have got their kids at home on Easter holiday, you will know what I mean. You spend too much time inside, you will literally go crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go read my book for 15 minutes and try not to get murdered in this like drug den car park that I've chosen to sit in. And I will hopefully see you next week if I don't get murdered here. Yeah, it feels very sketchy. It just feels really sketchy. Yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. And I will see you hopefully next week. But anyone who is in the trenches of parenthood through these holidays, good luck to you, because I know how hard it is some days. Take care of yourself. Don't forget to keep yourself hydrated and to fill your own cup whilst you're trying to pour into these tiny humans you're raising, because that's really important. Really, really important. And I'm gonna go, because yeah, this place is not the place to film. Anyway, I will love you and leave you and see you hopefully next Tuesday. Bye guys.